as I see these youngsters going through what they're going through in pain, turmoil, and all that, you know, I can just be a voice of reason, give them hope, let them know, hey, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I promise you, it's okay. So
I want to rewind something too. You insinuated that women who raise children on their own, boys, she knows she being talked about.
Sorry about that, y'all. Audience.
That we make our boys maybe a little too sensitive.
Well, no, I didn't say you make them sensitive. I said just picking up. You've been around a woman 95% of the time. You know, you're gonna get there. You're gonna see mama cry. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see mama. You know, mama going through something. You're gonna see it. Like, it's not that you're putting it out onto them,
but they're
gonna pick it up. You know, like even getting things from a woman like that I think is that's good for me now. I'm clean. Mama, you know, she was like, hey, if you don't get a woman, you're gonna know how to cook, you're gonna know how to wash your clothes, you're gonna know how to do all this stuff. You get that stuff from a woman. Well, a good woman. Yeah. So
and maybe a good man, hopefully you. But I get what you're saying. But yeah.
But just like to pick up what you're saying, I think like, you know, to add to that, when we seen like a mom cry, I think, you know, we took it upon ourselves to teach ourselves how to deal with our emotions. And, you know, the woman wasn't, you know, can't really teach a man how to be, you know, emotionally intelligent coming from, you know, a certain point, especially when you hurt or whatnot. For my
when you hurt and you haven't healed yourself, you can't teach anybody, but you definitely, it's hard to do it for your children because you love them so much. You can't disconnect, which I'm going to come back. But side note, that is why therapy is helpful. Like, yes, it's great to talk to people that you know and love, but you're not going to be able to give a person what they need when you are emotionally connected to them. Not everything that they need. But so you see your mom going through those things, but she can't teach you how to be emotionally intelligent.
And you want to ask the question, and you know, but sometimes, you know, as a man, you know, like you want to be the helper, you want to be the doers. So you try to figure out like what to do or how to do to, you know, not, you know, spark the emotion even higher. You know, you try to fix it and things. So I think that's where the sensitivity come in. That as you know, that young man, you know, you try to balance out there, like not to do that or to like come in soft, or, you know, do things to not get the reaction that you probably used to seeing or whatnot. So you try to unfold it different to be what he said. You know, you may be a little sensitive. And I say it's go on. I see it now as well. I think it's more at a peak that I would say, you know, because, you know, they will let it be seen on camera. They will let it be seen on the video. And they won't have a second sense to actually stop themselves and be like, hey, you know what? It's right. So, yeah, I think this, yeah.
So what y'all think about this then? I think I've seen it a lot, that we're harder on our boys in terms of emotions. And that's why our Black men grow up and they are not emotionally intelligent. We teach you guys when you're little to quit crying. You can't even fall and hurt yourself and be expressing pain without somebody telling you to quit that damn crying. And then we expect you, again, I'm the analogy queen, right? I always say, when I used to do parenting classes years ago and would say, you know, we teach our little girls to speak Chinese, and we teach our little boys to speak German. We teach our little girls that they can be emotional and dramatic, and you got all this about you. And then we teach our little boys, get it together. But then you tell them to go out and form households together. They can't communicate. They speak two different languages. So I think that breaks down the emotional intelligence of our men, because we don't allow them to be humans when they're kids.
I think sometimes I think it's a fear for the woman to, you know, just not want her son to be weak in a sense, but you know, as a weakness can be a strength, you know, to be loving, to be caring. And I think that comes from, I think it comes from the fear, you know, just seeing, you know, what they probably have been through, what they have seen within men, and what they probably see everyday life to tell them not to do that, you know. So I think it probably step back to a fear. I would say, I would think some women, it's a fear of like they seeing how they want to mold their sons, and they not knowing, but it's the best way. I would say to be hard, to not do this, not do that, to reject this how they see a man, to how they see a man.
Yeah. I think it comes too from trying to create some balance. So I know man ain't in the house, so let me try to be that part as much as I can. You know what I mean? So I think that comes, that's a part of it. I think society, I think how they grew up or what they saw. A lot of our people come from, the civil rights, days, and seeing how we were treated. And, I guess so many words, you have to understand and deal with society. They ain't gonna care about you crying. They don't care about you going through. You have to be strong. You have to be a man, and you got to figure it out. And you got to handle it. So I think a lot comes from that as well.
So another interesting perspective. And if that is what society, what we've gotten from society, what we've gotten from our ancestors, what we give to our boys, what we giving to our girls? We're teaching them some of that too, right? Like, you gotta be strong. Ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Like, your mom had she had to get it done because she had a son. Regardless, your mom had to do the same thing. And we are coming, like, you guys are men coming out of households without a man. And that affected you a certain way. Women, and I can put myself in there, came from a household. I don't know what no man looks like in no house. I didn't grow up with that. No daddy, no granddaddy. We didn't see it on TV. So what you mean be soft, be submissive? I can't wait on you. Because if you don't get it done, then that means I'm supposed to go without. And so we got to learn something different, right? But again, if y'all speaking German and I'm speaking Chinese and we don't take the time to learn those at least Q words, we can't teach each other that.
Therapy.
Just go to therapy.
Go to therapy.
No, that's
relearn.
important.
Relearn.
I've been wrecking my, I got some of them come I want to put out, and it's really to help us as a whole. Like, we've been at war for whatever reason, male and female, we've been at war, and it's
why we act like
it's getting out of hand. Oh man.
I think. Well, I mean, for me, I'm picking back. I think we want to be right. Everyone want to be right. Everyone want to be right, and I think if we take time out to, like you said, have conversations, have just an open conversation, and I think just different people, different perspectives, I think it'll be better. I just think we in a society of everyone knows it. Just because you got an opinion, just because you probably researched for 2 weeks and you come out with all your information, you're right. But it's not just you right. Take another perspective, another point of view. And it's not mean it's right or wrong, but just to see that and hear the exact. Right. So I think we're not willing to like pipe down in a sense to be like, you know what, I get that, I understand that from you, and but this way I feel it, and not to change how you thinking, but I think. And what I see a lot of people like to change how people think instead of respecting their opinion or where they're coming from, or their point of view. So I think that level that out.
I think not letting things go. It's like it's a joy. When you talk to people, it's almost like a good thing to let them know that I'm going through it. Like, I'm still stuck on this that happened 5 years ago. It's like it's festered. It's like it took over us. Yeah, it's like a badge of honor. It's like no.
Yeah. When you can let that be, like it can be one of your badges. It doesn't have to be the thing.
Right. Yeah. So we deal with that, and I just feel like we just need to be able to communicate effectively and be able to let go of what was, because a lot of times we bring that on ourselves. Let's be honest. I know, it don't take long for you to know. I know we can sit here and say, well, they didn't act like that. You saw something. You saw some signs early on. And we still say, you know what, let me push forward.
Men do that too?
Right, yeah. But
because I know women will be like, if I just love them enough.
Right, right. No, you can't love them enough.
Look
You
on-
don't have that power to love them enough.
Because
They gotta
love
be
itself enough.
because they don't love themselves enough. So that ain't gonna never work. We have to be one, and we have to be whole before we even, I don't owe you. I don't, people. I want to make them happy. I want to make her happy.
Mm-mm.
I can't.
Right.
I don't. I can't. I go crazy. I drive myself. I go jump off a bridge trying to make you happy. I don't have that power.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I can bring joy and see, like I can enhance your happiness.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I got hope for us. That's something that I really do. I really, got hope for us, and I believe we'll get together eventually. But we just gotta let the past go. Quit wearing it as a badge of honor, man, because it feels good to not be stressing. Just to be at peace. You know what I'm saying? And quit going for the okie doke. Quit going for what they possess. Because that can be fake. That jewelry you're seeing on social media can be fake.
And it don't be worth it.
That car can be his homeboys and not even his. But see, we caught up in that. Oh, she fine, but is she did she grow up as a she, or you better be careful and watch. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't want to get too deep.
Or
She grew up.
She fine, but what's
But
going on?
what's going on there? You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
their research. Going back to this quick
Right,
research.
right,
Like, hey, I think
right.
this what I. So
Yeah.
we're not big and deep enough. I like conversations, and I think conversation is not there anymore. And I think even I'm married, but I don't think people take their time to really like date people. Like people want dates where people see them. I would see a date to meet one on one with someone. Just to dive in. You want to dive in as much as possible you can in the time you got. I think everyone just I say after quick, so like what they can see, what they can study so quick and go for it.
Yeah, we're a microwave society. Everything is like, hurry up. We're hedonistic as well. Everything gotta be what make me feel good right now. I can't wait.
Say it again.
Hedonistic.
Wow.
We want it. I want it and I want it right now. And if you ain't doing it fast enough, then I'm gonna go to somebody else who can do it. That's why drugs are the way they are, and why we can't. I can't sit in this discomfort or sit in my trauma or be hurt. I got to fix this. Let me roll up real quick. Let me pop a pill. We can't sit in anything that's unpleasant. We can't experience boredom or use what you have within yourself to not be bored. I can honestly say I'm somebody, I could probably count on one hand how many times I've been bored. I just don't. It's stuff that I can do.
But you're good with yourself.
I try to be.
For the most part.
Yeah, because you have to have a relationship with yourself before
Right.
when you said you have to be whole, that comes from making a relationship with yourself and then building that relationship with somebody else, and not just intimate partner relationships, your friendships, this mentorship thing that you're doing with these guys, that's a relationship. These boys are going to remember you, even if they don't stay on track. Like, think about some of the teachers you had. Was Mr. Duckworth there with y'all? I never forget that man. He made an impact on my life. Coach Gordon. These are people. What's Miss McCarroll. That woman.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if people didn't always like her, but she put an imprint on your life. She taught you things. So when you meet these people, and our teachers and stuff, they weren't perfect. They were humans, and we learn when we get older that you see that they were humans and they went through things, but they had some type of relationship with themselves that they could give it to us. And you guys are doing that for these kids in the community. Tell me a little bit more about this last thing that you did. It was really big. You guys had all these boys. What was it called?
Exposure.
Exposure event. What was that about?
Just exposing them to things, we would think, they need, table etiquette, things, nice restaurants.
I ain't good with table etiquette.
It's
whatever you tell so I can get, just go put that food in my mouth.
Me as well. But just to, have them, have their eyes lit up, to see those type of things, to see matches, things that they may not see, but just they see it so they can touch it, to know
that it's real.
Yeah, it's real.
It's not just something on TV.
And it's not left behind. We want to be the one that reach back. Hey, you know what? Let us expose it. So exposure, man. That's the thing that we excited about. And we got another one November 20th.
November the 20th. Where is that, and how can someone connect to that? I'm gonna plug it, but I want to make sure that we hit it while we're talking about it.
Okay, so we're going to Benjamin Hook's Library on Poplar. They have a program in it called Cloud 901. So
Okay.
we actually went and connected with them maybe a month ago. I mean, it's amazing. They have robotics, like they're building robots, and they've competed in
Wow.
national programs. They have things to teach you the arts, like they have a studio. They have green screens for movie production, stage plays. They, man, it's amazing. So it's a city thing, and you know any kid can go that's in high school or whatever. And it's right. So we love what they had going on. So we was thinking, okay, what can we do? Second thing was like we already connected with them. Let's show them, expose them to this wonderful world that a lot of people don't even know exists in the library. So we're going to take them there. Then we're going to have lunch. And then we're going to, as we do lunch, we like to ask questions and get into their psyche a little bit. So we're actually going to bring some people that's going to talk to them from the arts. Like we're going to bring someone that's been successful in the music game. Someone's been successful with movies, you know. So we're going to bring those people, and you know they're going to talk to them a little bit. And then after that, we're going to take them to the movies to see Wakanda Forever. You know what I'm saying? So a little education, a little entertainment. Charlie calls it edutainment. So,
Entertainment.
right.
That's cool. That is so cool.
The whole thing is we really want to expose them to things in Memphis. And then, you know, it'll span until where we could go into, you know, college tours and things of this. But a lot of our kids haven't even been to things we have here. Civil Rights Museum.
Chickasaw Guard.
Chickasaw Guard, just going through the neighborhood and seeing those, you know, $1 million homes and different restaurants where you can eat, you know, instead of just going through the drive-through line. Sit down, let's eat, let's talk. Man, it's so many things that we have planned for these kids, and we're excited about it.
You're making them cultured, right? So, you know, I always say what makes a lot of us different is not necessarily what we've had or what we've come from or the things that we're willing to be exposed to. My playlist in the morning, it might be, it's some Elvis on there, it's some Queen, it's definitely gonna be some Project Pat on there. It might be some Taylor Swift, but you know, you gotta be well rounded. You know, a little culture. I don't know the table etiquette, but I know not to put my elbows on the table. I know not to slurp. I might pick up the wrong spoon,
right? But
those are things that you're teaching them that they don't. When you don't know something exists, I think the phrase is, "I don't know what I don't know." And so you're helping them to learn things that they won't even know. And they might think they don't need it. Like my whole little family in my house calls me the queen of useless knowledge. Until I'm telling you something, you'll be like, oh, you had told me about it. Because it's just interesting to have that knowledge and to pass it on. You never know if you're going to use it or when it's going to be something important.
Right.
That's awesome that y'all are doing it.
Yeah, we're excited about it. It's I mean, just the smiles, you know what I'm saying? From us, you know what I'm saying?
From y'all.
From us.
Y'all be feeling all good and proud.
Just to hear them young men, they intelligent. For one. And like I say, they just want to be heard.
And they need to be seen.
Absolutely.
Right. Y'all are seeing them.
Right. So we actually also do where we're gonna pick it back up. We didn't do it last year, but we have the Memphis Made Car Show. We did it in Orange Mound Park. That was our first event. Man, it was so
I was working, but I came. I came.
Yeah, so we want that to grow bigger. You know what I'm saying? It's one of our statement events as well. Actually working on something in December. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get to it quick enough for the community Orange Mound. It's gonna be dope. I don't think nobody ever seen it. We're working. I don't know if we're gonna be able to pull it off this year. I pray we do. And
I hope you do it. Whatever it is, I hope we can get them back to tell us about it.
It's gonna be amazing. But people can go to wearememphismade.com. You can W-E-A-R-E or W-E-A-R-E MemphisMade.com. Get your merch. You can sign your kids up for the future exposure events. Get your book. Man, you have all type of pictures and blogs of things we've done. We have Charlie and David Richmond went with a alum, Melrose alum. Gina Neely was on the Gina Neely show. That was real dope. I think we have that on the page. You can check that out as well. So we're just shaking and moving. You know?
Shaking the city up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Good vibes.
Okay. Okay. So one of the big questions that you have in here beyond the things that you guys, your personal things that you talked about, career-wise, how do you network in Memphis? Now, I think this is a big question because we always say Memphis people, you can't connect with people, you can't help nobody. We a crab in the bucket city. Don't nobody want to see nobody doing well. How do you network, and how do you encourage other people to network with each other?
Well, to me, it's a natural. I just like go off a natural vibe. You come across somebody. If you have a business, give a business card out. Like it's not hard. It's simple. God sent us people. The right people. We supposed to be around. Like what we're doing now. It's not just us. We connected with I Shall Not Die But Live, Renato Baker and Curtis, and that's a strategic partnership. So it's just it'll come natural. I feel like you'll attract who you're supposed to attract.
Absolutely.
But now, if you want to just be a beast in the game, go up to a person, go to positive events, not the club. Get around like-minded people. Tell them what you do, tell them who you are, and just network and actually use the number. I think that's another they might can't help me. You don't know who that person is. Give them a call, email them, shoot them an email. Hey, I met you at this event. We talked about this a little bit. I heard, and now that's a network. Yeah. All right. Then you got another network. Then you got another network. So
and let them tell you, right?
Right.
Because I reached out to Charlie and I was like, he kind of big right now. He might be like, I ain't got time to be going on her little YouTube channel, But I was like, I'm gonna let him tell me no. I'm gonna put it on out there.
And I think that's what it is with the market. I think a lot of people talk themselves out of opportunities. I think we be so deep in our thoughts and we allow, like what you just said, it's a crab with a bucket city. They carry it in their mind. So when you stain your brain with something, it's hard to get it out of there. And I think, me as being an owner and operator of my own detailing business, it's just, I said, just what you want from it. Right. I think if you're going to market, you got to see yourself as a market and see what you want from it. So if you carry yourself as not want much, you're going to get what you really carry yourself to be. So I just think, like you said, like-minded people and just not talking yourself out of opportunities, being bold to like, hey, walk into new opportunities. You got to be uncomfortable sometimes to come to things, like I said, let them tell you no. Some people may tell you no, they don't mean stop to say, hey, stop doing what you're doing. No, just continue to do what you do and get yourself more exposed. And I said, just to not talk yourself out of opportunities. I don't think it's a crab in the bucket city. How would I put that? And I'm part of the city. I ain't putting nobody crab and things like that. So I think if you talk outside the opportunities.
Yeah, and I think you said this, Tramain. You said that I got the verbiage to use, but basically that we do certain things to ourselves. And so to piggyback off of what we're saying, what about the whole culture of no new friends? And you're trying to run a business, you're trying to, even like to Facebook, my page is private. Now, mostly that is because of my practice, right? Mm-hmm. I do not become friends with clients. You can't. That's just, it's unethical. But I've seen other women who I'm like, man, she is dope. Let me send her a friend request. And my Toya, I always have to tell her, I slick love bombed her. Because I'm like, man, this girl is super intelligent. She's doing things that I want to do. I want to learn from her. If it's something that I don't know, I hope she pours into me. But you got to be willing to do that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Absolutely. You got to be willing to, you got to be willing. Because I don't think it goes two ways when it comes to, that. I think you got to be just open to new things. No new friends. Again, I think it's just a stain of the brain. I think it's just when you get to that, that's how you creating a thought in your head to come to think till you till you correct your mind and teach yourself something different. I don't really.
How do you grow if you just stay with this? If you never branch out and meet new people and see what they have and see levels to friendships. You got friends that I might talk to this one girlfriend about everything. This one maybe not so much because she got issues with man. I ain't been talking to you about because I don't need to hear that man hate business. But we friends for another reason. But we seem to not be able to do things like that. I'm saying us as a culture.
Again, I think that's learned in a way. I think that might come from overhearing, auntie on the phone talking about this situation with
telling your
this friend, and so now you like, I gotta safeguard and keep this tight.
We got trust issues.
This is where it's gonna stay.
That's it.
It's trust issues, and man, when you let those things go, you blossom. You begin to blossom. You begin to see other pastures. You know what I'm saying? Other oceans. So I just believe that we just have to get out of the safe place. We just have to get out of this safe place. I think that's all it is. We've been in a safe place for a long time. We was having a conversation. I was like, man, I just, always, I've never been, I don't think funny acting, but I've always been in my safe place. So it might appear because you feel good in that comfort zone.
Yeah.
So,
People
but like we always knew each other, but we didn't know we would be really, we would be right here. You get what I'm saying? And great guy. So it's like, damn, I could have probably been gotten to know him, but whatever. But when you stay in just your safe place, you'll never know. You'll never know.
Okay, so let me say this. Let me check and make sure we ain't died. Oh, goodness. So unprofessional. All right. So I'm definitely going to have their information in the bio. I'm going to have their link. You guys definitely need to check out Memphis Made. You need to hear from the 6 Black men from our city, from Orange Mound. We're going to forever plug Orange Mound. I definitely need anybody who has a child, particularly a young man, to check in with these men, whether their father's in the home or not. And it's not to say that he's being inadequate in any way, but any extra thing that we can give our children to succeed, we need to be able to do that. Any parting words?
Well, for me, I appreciate you reaching out to Charlie.
Thank you.
He's normally the spokesman and the guy, but it's 6 of us, so we got to step in and do what we got to do. So we held it down. So appreciate you again, and much, yes, and I pray that everything that you got going on, that it expands, and God gives you more real estate, and it works out, and get us those young men. Look out, Memphis Made. We're finna transform the city, and appreciate it.